Today we will showcase 3 apprentices of Mary: Our Lady of Bank, Our Lady of Victory, and Our Lady of Champion. We hope you enjoy the show. Our Lady of Bank. In central Vietnam, Our Lady of Bank appeared in the middle of the Vietnamese jungle. In August 1798, the Catholic religion was banned by Can Trin. It had been brought to Vietnam by Spanish and French missionaries. While hiding in the jungle, the villagers experienced danger from wild animals and illnesses. They did have comfort saying the rosary daily at the foot of a tree.
Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus.
Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen.
One evening in 1798, the Blessed Mother appeared to them in the branches of a tree. She was dressed in the traditional Ao Yao with Jesus in her arms, surrounded by 2 angels.
My children, what you have asked me, I grant you. And henceforth all those who cry and pray to me will have their prayers answered.
She told them she knew about their hardships and told to gather certain leaves nearby to make a strong tea from them.
These leaves will heal you. Make a strong tea from them.
The name Lavang is said from the Vietnamese word for crying out, representing the people being persecuted. Another origin of the name is lava leaf and vanilla jasmine, a tree used to make ancient medicine.
Keep praying. Prayers will be answered.
After I have spoken, Our Lady disappeared. In 1802, the reign of Emperor Can Trin ended. The villagers were able to return to their villages. Unfortunately, the persecution of Vietnamese Catholics would continue until 1886. Catholics would continue to visit the spot where Our Lady appeared. She also appeared during the years of these persecutions. Christians and non-Christians, villagers spoke about the apparition and the news of the miracle spread. A shrine was built on the spot where Our Lady of Valvang was seen. There have been many reported conversions from Our Lady of Valvang.
In 1571, a famous battle took place off the coast of Greece. The Ottoman Turks were establishing Christianity in Europe after conquering Constantinople and committing many horrible atrocities against Christians. Europe was their next target, and the Pope organized the Holy League. He tasked Don Juan of Austria, the son of the Holy Roman Emperor, to lead the league.
Turks, swollen by their victories, will shake on our fleet. Charles V, give you life. I will give you honor and greatness. Go and seek the knight.
And those countries at Fioli, at Spiritu Sanctu, Amen.
Don Juan of Austria has answered the call. He ensured these ships were staffed with priests to offer confession and mass.
We face a fierce enemy, but we have the aid of our Blessed Mother. Here is the secret weapon, soldiers, our rosary.
The Rosary, of course! Rain yourselves, they have numbers, but we have faith.
Bring our blood-red crescent to Rome and fight in the name of Allah!
The wind is with us. We shall surely win.
Across Europe, the people were filling the churches and streets, praying the rosary at the request of the Pope.
We will take Europe. We fight to the end. Ave Maria, Gospel, Plano, Stacco, Benedict, the Tornados, and Interstructus, Actus, Soyasu, Sancta Maria, Mater Dei, on Secretoribus, Nubida, Mortis, Nostri, Amen. Allah, we will win this battle in your name.
The Blessed Mother was listening. The UN ships were 180 degrees, and the sails of the Holy League were filled.
This has been an intense battle. This has been an intense hours of battle that we have won. Praise our blessed Father for interceding with our Lord Jesus.
Huzzah! 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 Huzzah!
As the Pope was conducting business in the Vatican, he stopped suddenly.
Wait a moment. It's not about for business. Make haste to thank God. It's our fleet summit for victory over the Turks.
The day was October 7th, 1571, and what the Pope saw was a vision from Our Lady. The success of the battle could not have reached him yet.
We have been saved. Our Lady of Victory came to our aid. Deo gratias.
Adele Breeze was born in Belgium in 1831. She was blind in her right eye and was known for being cheerful and pious. Her parents she promised the Blessed Virgin Mary to devote her life as a religious sister. Her parents moved to America with other settlers in the largest Belgian settlement in America, near Champion, Wisconsin, in 1859. In 1859, she received visions of Mary.
I wonder who that woman is. Mother, I saw something today. What was it, my child? I saw something standing between the trees today. Maybe it was a song purgatory asking for prayers.
A few days later, Adele walked to Mass with her sister and friend. She made this journey every Sunday, a distance of 10 miles.
I see that mysterious lady again in the same spot. I do not see what lady you're talking about, Adele. Let's continue to Mass.
After Mass, Adele spoke to the parish priest about the sighting. He told her if she saw the lady again to ask, in God's name, who are you and what do you want of me?
That was a wonderful Mass. We should start the long walk home now, friends. Oh.
On the way home, Adele saw the lady for the third time. She saw a beautiful lady in dazzling white with a yellow sash around her waist. She also had a crown of stars around her head with long, golden, wavy hair.
In God's name, who are you and what do you want of me?
I am the Queen of Heaven, who prays for the conversion of sinners, and I wish you to do the same. You have received Holy Communion this morning, and that is well, but I wish you to do more. Make eternal confession and receive communion for the conversion of sinners. If they do not convert into repentance, my soul will be obliged to punish them.
Adele, who is it? Why can't we see her as you do? The lady says she is the Queen of Heaven.
Blessed are they that believe without seeing. What are you doing here in idleness, while your companions work in the mayor of my son?
What more can I do, dear lady?
Gather the children in this wild country and teach them what they should know for salvation.
But how shall I teach them? I know so little myself.
Teach them their catechism. How to sign the seal for the sign of the cross, and how to approach the sacraments. This please.
Then Our Lady lifted her hands, blessing those around her. Slowly she vanished, leaving Adele in wonder. Adele became a nun. After this, Adele went as far as 50 miles to teach children. She faced bad weather, fatigue, and ridicule. Later on, other women joined the order.
Notre Dame, divine, secure, prayer for noon. Our Lady could help pray for us. We have finally built a common school and chapel.
Years on the date that Mary last appeared to Adele, October 8, 1871, the Great Peshtigo Fire broke out. The fire threatened the convent. Sister Adele refused to leave, and they continued to pray on the grounds consecrated to Mary. After hours of burning, the fire burned 1.2 million acres.
The heavens have sent relief in the form of a downpour. The fervent prayers of the people of God were heard. The fire is extinguished.
Everything is destroyed. There are miles of destruction.
But the convent, school, and chapel on the Holy Land consecrated to the Virgin Mary shine like an emerald isle in a sea of ashes.
Our cattle, farms, and houses were not spared. Look how the cattle inside the churches were left untouched. This well of water kept them alive through the heat.
Praise God!
The Peshtigo fire was the deadliest in U.S. history and happened the same day as the Great Chicago Fire. Most of the local community records were burned by the fire, so it was not possible to identify everyone, but it is estimated that 2,400 people died. Today, many descendants of those who survived that day still visit the shrine built by Sister Adele. This is the only officially recognized Marian apparition in the U.S.
George, we need to remedy to stimulate his liver.
You must take 2 of these silly-bill Mariano pills every 3 hours. Take 2 of these. Dr. Fajan, the patient complains of pains in his head from time to time. I beg to suggest that it's no doubt a side effect of the silly-bill Mariano.
Apply plaster of wormwood to his cranium.
The patient says he's weariness in all his limbs.
It is still his liver. Give him an injection at once. I have an important appointment with the Dutch myself. So we will take a leave. As you are gone, you had the best medical advice in all France today. Be sure to pull out to the lake. And here's my bill.
Good day to you, sir. And here's my bill.
Or what? Here's my bill. What's the evening to you, sir? And here's my bill.
Don't forget, take 2 of these pills every 3 hours around the clock. And take some of these as well. Here is my bill.
Bills. 2 and 3 make 5 francs. And 5 make 10. And 10 make 20. Bah! I will pay them half as much.
When I get married, it will be a handsome actor.
Ooh, I will marry a brilliant scholar.
My husband will be a millionaire who will buy me whatever I want.
I will marry a prince and live in the palace.
I can't choose. I will marry all of them.
Oh, hello, Papa. Oh, do we disturb you?
Hello, Papa.
How are you this evening, Papa?
The doctors have just left. And I feel terrible.
But with all those doctors, you should be in perfect health.
I feel sick from looking at these bills. Just don't let me hear you girls talking about husbands. How can I pay for 6 wedding receptions and 6 trousseaux and 6 dowries for 6 daughters?
Oh, Pa, you have lots of money.
I have lots of daughters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 5? Who is missing?
Angelique.
Angelique, that's the one I wanted to talk to. About something important.
Fine. Come on, girls. Let's go frolic in the fields.
Bah! I'm always left alone. There's no way of keeping them. They don't hear, and my bell doesn't make enough noise. No one. Quiet! Yvette! It's just as if I didn't ring at all. Where are those housemaids? Confound it all!
Coming.
Where have you been? I've been ringing for hours.
If you scold me, I shall cry.
I will scold you. Take this away, and take that away. And you, Yvette, tell cook to prepare some broth for the pills I am to take soon. And you leave the men servants alone.
All the doctors and apothecary amuse themselves extensively with your health. They have found a rare milk cow in you, I must say.
I should like them to say what disease it is you have for them to physic you so.
I don't think you're sick at all.
Hold your tongues. It is not for you to criticize the doctors. Now, Toinette, go and ask my daughter Angelique to come to me. I have something very important to tell her.
Here she is, coming of her own accord. She must have guessed your thoughts.
You come just in time. I wish to speak to you.
Hello, Papa. I'm quite ready to hear you.
Wait a moment. Give me my cane. I should be back directly. Jacques!
Go, sir, go quickly. Monsieur Florent gives you
little. Well, I am looking at you.
Toinette.
Well, what? Don't you guess what I want to speak about? Oh, yes, I have some slight idea. You want to speak of your young sweetheart, for it is only of him you have been speaking of for the last 6 days since you first met us.
Since you know what it is I want, why do you not prefer to speak to me of him? And why do you not spare me the trouble of being the one to start the conversation?
You don't give me time, and you are so eager that it is difficult to be beforehand to deal with the subject.
It is true. I am never weary of speaking of him. But tell me, Toinette, do you blame me for the feelings I have towards him?
Not at all.
Don't you think it was some act of destiny in the way I met at the theater?
Mm-hmm.
He acted so generously, so nobly, with such grace.
Mm-hmm.
Do you not think, Toinette, that he is very handsome?
Certainly.
That he has the best manners in the world?
No doubt about it.
And that there can be nothing more painful than my father and stepmother keeping me always at home and preventing me from seeing gentlemen callers?
You are right.
But, dear Toinette, tell me, do you think that my client loves me as much as he says he does?
That's the thing, hardly to be trusted at any time. A show of love is sadly like the real thing, and I have met with very good actors in that line.
Can it be that my client is not telling the truth?
The proof is, if he asks your father to be permitted to marry you, then you can trust that he truly loves you.
If he deceives me, I should never in all my life believe any man.
Jacques!
Miss Angelique, here's your father coming back.
Now, I say, Angelique, I have some news for you, which perhaps you did not expect. You have been asked of me in marriage. Hello, how is that? You are pleased? So from what I see, daughter, there is no need of my asking whether you are willing to marry.
I ought to obey in everything, Father.
I am very glad to possess such an obedient daughter. The thing is settled then, and I have promised you.
It is my duty, Father, to blindly follow all you determine upon for me.
My wife, your stepmother, would have had me make a nun of you, and your 5 sisters as well.
The excellent creature has her reasons.
She would not consent to the match, but I carried the day, and my word is given. I have not seen the young man in question, but I am told that I shall be satisfied with him. Oh, yes, and you also will be satisfied.
Most certainly, Father.
How? Have you seen him then?
Since your consent to our marriage authorizes me to open my heart to you, I will not hide from you that chance made us acquainted 6 days ago, when Uncle Broad was in the theater. His request for my hand is a result of the sympathy you felt for another at first sight.
They did not tell me that, but I am pleased. It is much better that things should be so. They say he is a tall, well-made young fellow,
Yes, Father.
of a fine build,
Yes, indeed.
pleasant,
Certainly.
with a good face,
Very good.
steady, and of good family,
But
and that he has very good manners.
the best possible.
And he speaks both Latin and Greek.
Oh, that I didn't know anything about.
And also, in 4 days, he's to be made a doctor.
He, Father?
Well, yes, did he not tell you?
No, indeed. Who told you?
Dr. Prejean.
Does Dr. Prejean know him?
What a question. Of course he knows him, since he is his nephew.
Cléant is the nephew of Dr. Prejean?
What Cléant? We are speaking of him who has asked you in marriage.
Yes, of course.
Well, he is the nephew of Dr. Prejean, and the son of his brother, Dr. Diaphorus. And this son's name is Thomas Diaphorus. We have just settled upon the match, and tomorrow this future son-in-law is to be brought to me by his father. What's the matter?
Father, I see now that you have been speaking of one person, and I have another.
Master, with all the wealth you possess, why do you want to marry your daughter to a mere doctor?
What business is it of yours, you jade?
Don't always begin by insulting me! Can we not reason together without getting into a rage? Come, let us speak quietly. What reason have you, if you please, for such a marriage?
My reason is that seeing myself infirm and sick, I wish to have a son-in-law and relatives who are doctors, to procure their kind assistance in my illness, to have within my family that fountainhead of those remedies which are necessary to me, and to be within reach of consultations and prescriptions.
Very well. At least that is giving a reason. And there is a certain pleasure in everyone rather calmly. But now, sir, on your conscience, do you really and truly believe that you are ill?
Believe that I'm ill, you jade! Believe that I'm ill, you impertinent hussy!
Very well then, sir, you are ill. Yes, you are very ill. I agree with you upon that point. More ill even than you think. Now is that settled? But your daughter is to marry a husband for herself. And as she is not ill, what is the use of giving her a doctor?
It is for my sake that I give her this doctor, and a good daughter ought to be delighted to marry for the sake of her father's health.
Ha, she will never consent to it.
My daughter will not consent to it?
No, she will tell you she has no need of Dr. Diaphorus, nor of his son, Mr. Thomas Diaphorus, nor of all the Diaphoruses in the world.
But I have need of them. The match is very advantageous. Dr. Diaphorus has only this son for an heir, and Dr. Brujan, who has neither wife nor child, will make his nephew his heir as well. And Dr. Brujan is a man worth 8,000 francs a year.
What a lot of people he must have killed to have become so rich.
Well, 8,000 francs is something, without counting the property of the father.
That is a large portion, sir. But all the same, I advise you to choose another husband for her.
I tell you that I will have her make my promise good.
She will not do what I tell you.
She will, or I will shut her up in a convent.
You will not shut her up in a convent.
I will put my daughter in a convent if I like. Who will hinder me?
Fatherly love will hinder you.
It will not hinder me.
A little tear or two, her arms run around your neck, or my darling little papa, said very tenderly, will be enough to touch your heart.
All that will be useless.
I know you well enough. You are naturally kind-hearted.
I am not kind-hearted. I am ill-natured whenever I like.
Gently, sir, you forget that you are ill.
I command her to prepare herself to take the husband that I have fixed upon.
And I decidedly forbid her to do anything of the kind.
What boldness is this for a servant to speak in such a way before her master?
When a master does not consider what he is doing, a sensible servant should set him right.
Ah, impudent girl! I will beat you!
It is my duty to put what be a dishonor to you.
Come here, come here. Let me teach you how to speak.
I interest myself in your affairs as I ought to do, and I don't wish to see you commit any folly.
Jade!
I won't have her marry your Thomas Diaphorus.
Angeline, won't you stop that jade for me?
Oh, Father, don't make yourself ill. Don't you obey him, miss.
Ah, my heart is thumping in my chest. It is enough to kill me. I am done for. I need a doctor.
What ails you, my poor dear husband?
I can barely speak.
What is the matter, my own, my darling?
They have just put me into a rage.
What has happened, my poor dear pet?
That maid of yours, Toinette, has grown more insolent than ever.
Don't excite yourself.
And has had the impudence to say that I am not ill.
What? Say that you are not ill? She is an impertinent hussy.
And I have asked you ever so many times to send her away.
I would. But alas, if I should reply, there is no servant without defects. We are obliged at times to put up with their bad qualities on account of their good ones. Toinette is skillful, diligent, and above all honest. I say, Toinette! Madame, how is this? Why do you throw my husband into a fury?
Madame? I don't know what you mean. My only aim is to please master in everything.
Oh, the deceitful girl!
He said to us that he wished to have his daughter marry the son of Dr. Diaphorus. I told him that I thought the match very advantageous for her, but that I believed he would do better to put her into a convent.
You told him that? My dear, I think that she is right.
Oh, sugar, don't you believe her?
Compose yourself a little, my dearest one. And Toinette, bring me some pillows. You are all in it, hither, my treasure. I will make you comfortable in your armchair. And let me pull your nightcap down over your ears. There is nothing that gives people such bad colds as letting the air in through your itty-bitty ears.
Oh, dearest, how obliged I am for all the care you take of me.
Raise yourself a little, let me put this under you. Let me put this one for you to lean upon, and this one on the other side. This one behind your back, and this one to support your head. and this other to keep you from the inking death.
Ah, wretch, you wish to smother me!
Now, what is it again?
Ah, dearest, you don't know the wickedness of that villainous maid. She has altogether upset me. And I shall need more than 8 different pharmaceutical mixtures and 12 injections to remedy the evil.
Compose yourself a little.
Love, you are my only consolation.
Poor little peasant.
To repay you for all the love you have for me, I have resolved, as I told you, to rewrite my will.
Alas, do not speak to me of that, I beseech you. I cannot bear to think of it. The very word will makes me want to die of grief.
Well, I had asked you to speak to a notary about it.
Oh, and I have. And fortunately, he's here in the foyer, close at hand.
Make him come in then, my life.
Signor Cancelliere, Palermo is here. He does live.
Come in, Signor Consigliere. Come in. Have a seat if you like. My wife has told me, sir, that you are a very honest man and altogether one of her friends.
Hey, you got a nice place here. I see she was right about you having lots of dough. As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to handle finance.
I want to speak to you about a new will, which I wish to make.
Alas, I cannot speak of those.
Your wife here has fully explained to me your intentions and what you mean to do for her. Look, I got to tell you, you can't give nothing to your wife in a will.
What's that you say?
It's against the custom. If you was in a country district with statutes on for bail, the thing could be done. But in Paris, it can't be done. Not what's gonna happen. The will be held void in courts of law. If you don't want no trouble, the only settlement you have to make on your wife is by donation, while you are still alive. See?
It's a very impertinent custom that a man can leave nothing to a wife whom he loves, by whom he is so tenderly loved, and who takes so much care of him. I should like to consult my own lawyer to see what I can do.
You don't want to do that. Lawyers are very particular on this point. They think it's a today's time to bestow on property contrary to the law. Look, lawyers, they make difficulties and are ignorant of the laws of conscience. But I know a few expedients for gently overriding the law, for smoothing over difficulties and corrections. See, I know how to make these things easy. We gotta make things easier or else we wouldn't get nothing done. You see?
My wife has rightly told me, sir, that you're a very clever and knowledgeable man. What can I do, pray, to give her my fortune?
And deprive his daughters of it.
What can you do? It's nothing to us. Give all to me. Go discreetly to the friend of your wife, to whom you give all that you own, and that friend will give it to her after you pop off her afterwards. See?
But
another thing, you can also in your lifetime put in her hands the ready money, which you happen to have lying around the place.
well, my own lawyer should be consulted.
Alas, my dear, don't trouble yourself about all that. If I lose you, I won't be long for the world.
Oh, my dear wife.
I would follow you to the grave to show you all the tenderness I have for you.
Forget about it. Listen, though, things have not come to that yet.
Senor Consigliere, you do not know what it is to have a husband one loves so tenderly.
For you, my sugar plum, I am resolved to do as this man advises. But out of precaution, I will give you the 20,000 francs in the wainscoting of the recess in my room. And 2 bills payable to bear, which are due me. One from Mr. Demont, and the other from Mr. Gerard.
I will have nothing to do with all that. How much do you say there is in the recess?
Well, 20,000 francs.
I will have nothing to do with money. How much are the 2 bills for?
One, my dear, is for 6,000, and the other for 4,000.
All the money in the world is nothing to me compared to you, my dear.
Are you still ready to draw up the will?
Yes, sir, but we shall be more comfortable in my own little study. Help me, my love.
Of odd ding nerves.
Where's Papa and my stepmother?
They are shut up with the notary, and I heard something about a new will. There's no doubt some conspiracy of your stepmother's against your interests, which she is urging your father.
Let him dispose of his money as he likes, as long as he does not try to dispose of my heart in the same way. Will you help me?
We will do everything to serve you.
Try, I beseech you both, to let my clan know about the marriage they have decided upon.
I'll ask Jacques to tell him. He's such an admirer of mine. He'll do anything I ask him. Oh, Jacques!
What is it you want, sir?
What do I want?
Is it you? What a surprise! Why did you come here?
I want to learn my destiny, to speak to the lovely Angelique, to consult the very feelings of her heart, to ask her what she means to do about this fatal marriage of which I've been told.
Very well, but no one can speak so easily as all that to Angelique. She is narrowly watched. She never goes out, nor does she see gentlemen called...
Yes, I am aware. Therefore, I am not here as Cleon, but as the friend of her music master, from whom I've obtained leave to say that I have come in his stead.
Here comes her father. Withdraw a little, and let me tell who you are.
Dr. Bergeon told me to walk 12 times to and fro in my room every morning. But I forgot to ask whether it should be lengthwise or across.
Sir, here is a gentleman.
Speak in a lower tone, you jade. You split my head open. You should never speak so loud to sick people.
Sir,
What?
I tell you that.
What's that you say?
I say that there's a gentleman here who wants to speak to you.
Wow, let him come in.
Sir, I
Do
am
not speak so loud for fear of splitting open the head of Monsieur Argand.
Sir, I am delighted to find you in good health.
What? In good health? It is false. Master is always ill.
Well, I had heard that your master was better, and I think he looks well in the face.
What do you mean by his looking well in the face? He looks very bad, and it is only impertinent folks that say that he is better. He never was so ill in his life.
She is right.
He walks, sleeps, eats, and drinks like other folks, but that does not hinder him from being very ill.
Quite true.
Well, I am most heartily sorry for it, sir. I can see that you are indeed very sick in the face. I was sent by your daughter Angelique's music master. He was obliged to go into the country place for a few days, and he asked me to come here in his place to continue on with the music lessons.
Very well. Call Angelique.
I think, sir, it would be better to take the gentleman to a room.
No. Make her come here.
But he cannot give her a good lesson if they're not left alone.
Oh, yes, he can.
Sir, the sound will bother you, and you should have nothing to disturb you in the state of health you're in.
No. I like music, and I should be glad to. Oh, here is Angelique. Go see if my wife is dressed. Come, my daughter. Your music master has gone into the country, and here is a gentleman whom he sends in his stead to give you your lesson.
Oh heavens!
What's the matter? Why the surprise?
It is such a strange coincidence.
How so?
I dreamt last night that I was in the greatest trouble imaginable, and that someone, exactly like this gentleman, came to me. I asked him to help me, and presently he saved me from the great trouble I was in. My surprise was very great to meet unexpectedly, on my coming here, him of whom I had been dreaming.
It is no small happiness of mine to occupy your thoughts, whether sleeping or waking, and my delight would be great indeed if you were in any trouble out of which you would think me worthy of delivering you. Oh, Angelique, there is nothing that I would not do for you.
Some visitors have come to see you, sir. You are about to behold Dr. Diaforus' father and Mr. Diaforus' son. How well provided with a son-in-law you will be. You will see the best-made young fellow in the world, and the most intellectual. He spoke but 2 words to me. It is true, but I was struck, and you your daughter will be delighted with it.
Good, good. My daughter's future husband, whom she is not yet seeing, has arrived.
Should I take my leave?
Please, don't go.
Stay if you like.
Well, you do me great honor, sir, in wishing me to be witness to such a pleasant interview.
He is the son of a clever doctor, and the marriage will take place in 4 days.
Only 4 days?
Come, make room. Here they are.
I received her with great joy. But I wish to assure you, but you know what it is to be a poor invalid who can only tell you now that he is forever at your service.
Now, Thomas, come forward and pay your respects.
Ought I not begin with the father?
Yes, if you please.
Sir, I come to salute, acknowledge, cherish, and revere you, a second father. A second father to whom I'm able to say, I know more than the first. The first gave birth to me. The first gave birth to me. The first gave me birth. But you have chosen. He received me out of necessity, but you have accepted me by choice. What I have from him is of the body, corporal, but what I hold from you is of the will, the voluntary.
Long life to the colleges, to such clever people in the world.
I can your satisfaction, father.
Optime.
Come, bow to this gentleman.
Shall I kiss?
Yes, yes.
Madame, it is with justice that heaven has given you the name of stepmother, since we see your stepson.
It is not to my wife, but to my daughter whom you are speaking.
Where is your wife?
She will soon come.
Shall I wait, father, till she comes?
No. Go through a few compliments to the young lady in the meantime.
Suffer me, madame, to make this day the offering of a heart. Respond with permission from no greater joy than to be till death. Let's see. To be till death. Madame, your most humble, most obedient, most faithful servant and husband.
Bravo! See what it is to study.
It would be admirable if his cures are as wonderful as his speeches.
Quick, my chair, and seats for everybody. Sit here, my daughter. You see, sir, that everybody admires your son, and I think you are very fortunate to be the father of such a fine young man.
Sir, I can boast that I have reason to be satisfied with him. To see him now, you can't tell he had rather a slow start. As a child, he was never what is called sharp. It was found most difficult to teach him to read. A good omen, I used to say to myself, trees that grow slowly bear the best. And heaviness of imagination are all marks of a sound judgment. When I sent him to college, he found it hard work, but he stuck to his duty, and by dint of many years of continual hammering, he at last succeeded in obtaining his degree. But what pleases me in him, and what I am glad to see him follow my example in, is that he complies with the medical opinion of the government experts, and does not understand nor listen to the pretended scientific discoveries of our century, such as the need for fresh air, and washing hands, and other such bogus theories.
May I venture to present to the young lady as the first fruits of my genius, my doctoral thesis on the futility of washing hands to prevent diseases. With your permission.
Oh, sir, it is a useless piece of paper to me. I don't understand these things.
Never mind, the portrait will be of use. We can paper our attic with it.
With the permission of this gentleman, I invite you to come and amuse yourself tomorrow by assisting at the dissection of a woman, on whose body was lectured.
There are some who give the pleasure of seeing a play to their lady love.
But a dissection is much
Young man, do you intend to practice medicine at the royal court?
I will follow whatever my father says.
To tell you the truth, I have found that it is better to confine my practice to the ordinary public, not the nobility. Ordinary people are more convenient. There is no necessity to trouble yourself with the results. What is vexatious among people of rank is that when they're ill, they positively expect their doctor to cure them.
How very absurd! How impertinent of them to ask of you doctors to cure them.
You doctors are not placed in even for that, but only to prescribe remedies and to receive your fees. It's their own lookout to get well if they can.
Quite so. Now, in respect for the other qualities required for marriage, I assure you my son has all the maid they would desire, and that his children will grow to be strong and healthy. Demonstrate.
1, 2.
What's this interference, sir? Please, make my daughter sing before the company.
Well, as you please, sir. I propose that in order to amuse this fine company, to sing with the young lady an opera which has just lately come out. Here is your part.
Mine?
Stand there.
It is really nothing but a small extemporary opera, in which you will hear is kind of an irregular verse such as passion and necessity make two people utter.
Stay there, my daughter. Very well, let us hear.
The subject of the scene is as follows. Tircis, a handsome shepherd, was paying every attention to his sheep. When he was disturbed by seeing a scoundrel who, with insolent language, was annoying a young shepherdess, Phyllis. He immediately chastised this brute for his insolence. And then he came near the lovely shepherdess to comfort her. He sees a young girl with the most beautiful eyes he has ever beheld, who is shedding tears which he thinks are the most precious in the world. He endeavors to stop those beautiful tears. And then the lovely shepherdess, she thanks him for the slight service which he has rendered her, but she thanks him with such touching sweetness that from that moment, that first sight, he carries away with him an eternal love for her. They sadly part, and that poor shepherd feels all the pains of absence, and he is tormented and no longer seeing what he beheld for so short a time. He tries every single means to meet again with his beloved. But the great watch, which is kept over her, deprives him of all the power of doing so. The violence of his passion urges him to ask in marriage the adorable beauty without whom he can no longer live. And he does obtain from her the permission of doing so by means of a secret exchange of notes. But he is told in the meantime that her father has decided upon marrying her to another. Oh, what a cruel wound for the heart of that poor, poor shepherd. In his despair, he finds a brilliant means of introducing himself into the house of his shepherdess. There he sees some most unworthy rival, triumphant near the lovely shepherdess, has already assured of his conquest. Such a sight fills him with a wrath he can hardly master. He looks despairingly at her whom he adores, but the respect he has for her and the presence of her father deprive him of speaking except with his eyes. At last, the greatness of his love forces him to sing as follows. Phyllis, to shun the pain you bid me bear, brave this third silence, and tell me what I must fear. Disclose your thoughts to me, and bid them open. live or die. Ah, Phyllis, say it once again. But your father to his vow would subject you.
And what does the father say to all that?
He says nothing.
And that father is a fool to put up with such nonsense without saying a word.
My love.
No, that's quite enough. An opera like that is in very bad taste. The shepherd Tyrkis is an impertinent fellow, and the shepherdess Phyllis is an impudent girl to speak in such a way before her father. Give me that paper. Give it to me. And where are the words which you have just sung? This is only the music.
Sir, are you not aware that the way of writing the words to the music itself has just lately been discovered? It's a novelty.
Has it? Good day, sir, music master. We could have done very well without your impertinent opera.
Well, I thought I should amuse you.
Foolish things do not amuse, sir. Good day. Here is my wife. Dearest, here is the son of Dr. Diaphorus.
Madame, it is the justice that heaven has given the name of stepmother. Since we see in your steps towards the perfect
Sir, I am delighted that you have come. Just in time for me to see you before I go out.
Since we see you, Madame, you have interrupted me in the middle of my speech and have troubled my memory.
We'll keep it for another time.
Come, shake hands with this gentleman and pledge him your troth.
Father!
Well, what do you mean by?
As far as I'm concerned, Madame, there is no occasion to wait.
Oh, my father, give me time, I beseech you. Marriage is a chain which should never be imposed by force. And if this gentleman is a matter of honor, he ought not to accept a person who would be his only by force.
Nego! Consequentium! I could be a man of honor, Madame, at the same time accept you immediately from the hands of your father.
To use violence to a woman's wishes is a strange way of setting about inspiring love.
We read in the ancients, Madame, that it was the custom to carry off by main force by the maiden they wish to marry, so that the latter might not fly for and forward in the arms of the man.
The ancients, sir, are the ancients, but we are the moderns. Nowadays, when a marriage pleases us, he knows very well how to go to it without being dragged by force.
Distinguo! And what does not regard the possession of her concedo, but in what regards it nego.
It is in vain for you to argue.
This gentleman is brand new from college. It would be more than a match for you and debate.
She may have some other match in mind. If I were you, my dear, I would not force her to marry. I know very well what I should do.
Father, trust cannot follow reason and honor.
Well brought up children should be obedient to the will of their fathers.
The duty of a daughter has its limits, madame, and neither reason nor law extend it to all things.
Of course it does.
You are such a simpleton, my dear, that one can hardly bear you.
You wish to extract me so from answer, but I warn you do not have the pleasure of doing so.
Nothing can equal your impertinence.
It is of no use, madame. You will not go me to anger. I will drop from your presence.
Listen to me. Either you will marry this gentleman, or I will put you in a convent. You have 4 days to consider.
What a sweet-tempered daughter you have, my darling. Well, I'm sorry to leave you and your friends, but I have some business which calls me away.
Go, dearest. call upon the notary and tell him to be quick about you know what.
I will. Goodbye, my love.
How much this woman loves me. It is perfectly incredible.
We shall now take our leave of you, sir.
Wait a moment, if you would. Please, tell me how I am. In health.
Then. Fine. We'll examine you then for the usual fee. Now, Thomas, take the other arm of this gentleman. Arm of this gentleman, so that I may see whether you can form a right judgment on his pulse. Quick the cheese.
Dico, that the pulse of this man is the pulse of the man not well.
Good.
Good.
A regular.
Bene.
Bene.
And even a little caperzal.
Optime.
Optime.
Which speaks to the temperance of the Swiss. That is to say, the king.
Quite right.
It cannot speak. For Dr. Bruchon says it is my liver which is out of order.
Certainly. He who says parenchyma says both spleen and liver, because of the great sympathy which exists between the two through the means of the vas breve, and the pylorus, and often of the meatus cloidici. Dr. Bruchon is very nice. He's my brother-in-law, you know.
His brother-in-law, you know.
Well, thank you both, and goodbye. I hope soon to have the pleasure of seeing you again.
Darling, I have just seen something on my way out, and I must inform you. As I was passing Angelique's door, I saw her with a young man who ran away as soon as he noticed me.
A young man? With my daughter?
Yes, your other daughters, what's their names, were with them. They can tell you all about it.
Send those girls here, Antoinette. Send them here at once.
Ta-ta!
Ah, the brazen-faced girl. A young man? I no longer wonder at the resistance she showed to young Thomas Diaphorus.
What do you want, Papa? Toinette told us to come to you.
Yes, come here. Come nearer. Louisa, come here. Hold up your head. Look straight at me. Well?
Yes, Papa.
Sit down.
What?
Have you nothing to say to me? Chloe, Charlotte, Camille?
No, Papa. I will tell you, if you like, the fable of the fox and the crow, which I learned yesterday.
That is not what I want of you.
But what is it then?
Cunning little girls, you know very well what I want.
No, Papa.
Have I not asked you to tell me at once all that you see?
Yes, Papa.
And have you seen nothing today?
No, Papa.
Quite sure?
Quite sure.
Ah, indeed. Well, I shall make you see something soon.
Ah, Papa!
False little girls, you do not tell me that you saw a young man in your sister's room.
Papa!
This will teach you to tell falsehoods.
Papa! Pray forgive me. Angelique had asked us not to say anything to you, but I will tell you everything.
First, you shall be whipped for not telling the truth.
For pity's sake, Papa, don't whip her. You hurt me! I'm dead!
Louisa, what does this mean? Ah! Louisa!
I am dead too!
My poor children are dead! What have I done? It was the villainous Cain. Ah, my poor children!
Come, Papa, don't weep so. We're not quite dead yet. We are not dead either.
Just see the cunning little wenches. Well, I forgive you this once, but you must tell me everything.
Papa, a young man came into sister's room while we were there.
Well?
We asked him what he wanted. He said it was your music master.
Ah, him. I see. Well?
Then Angelique came.
Well?
She said to him, "Go away! Go away! Go! Good heavens, you will drive me to despair!"
Well?
But he would not go away.
What did he say to her?
Oh, ever so many things.
But what?
He told her this, and that,
Nothing else.
No, Pop.
Well, run along now and be sure to pay close attention to everything you see.
Yes, Papa.
What trouble with daughters? I have not even enough leisure time to attend to my illness. Oh, I am quite done it.
Well, mother, oh!
Oh, very bad, brother. Very bad.
That's so.
I am hardly enough strength to speak. One could hardly believe how very feeble I am.
That's so sad indeed. Now I came here, brother, to propose a match for my niece and plea.
Brother! Don't speak to me of that wicked, insolent, good-for-nothing, brain-faced girl! I will put her in a convent before 3 days, all right?
All right. I'm glad to see that you have a little strength left. My visit has done you good. Now we must chat a little together.
Oh, wait a moment, brother. I should be back directly.
Here, sir. You cannot forget that without a cane.
Thanks for reminding me.
Monsieur Baron, I pray you, do not give up the interest of your niece.
We must prevent this foolish marriage which he has gotten into his head from taking place.
Yes, indeed. I shall do all in my power for her wish. It also direct his mind in more appropriate pursuits.
We have thought of a trip to discuss him of this doctor who draws his office.
In what way?
It's rather crazy, but just wait a minute. Here's our man.
Oh, hello, Jacques. Where are you going?
Let me ask you, brother, above all things, not to excite yourself during our conversation.
Certainly.
To reason together upon the business which I want to discuss without any irritation.
Of course.
How is it, brother, with all the wealth you possess, you speak of sending Anthony to a convent?
How is it, brother, that you forget that I am the master of my family and to do all that I see fit?
I have no doubt that your wife, through a spirit of care, will be charmed to see all your daughters become good nuns.
My poor wife again. It is she who does all the harm, and everyone is against her.
No, brother, let us leave that alone. She is the woman with the best intentions in the world for the good of your family and as freedom of all else. She is with extraordinary tenderness and shows her your children inconceivable goodness. No, brother, don't let us speak of her, but only Angela, your daughter. What can be the reason for wishing to give her marriage to this sort of doctor?
My reason is that I wish to have a son-in-law who will suit my wants.
But it's not what your doctor requires. Let me suggest a more suitable match for you.
This one is suitable for me.
But does she marry a husband for herself or for you, brother?
He must do both for her and for me, brother. And I wish to take into my family people of whom I have need.
But you don't need those apothecaries and doctors, brother.
What do you mean by that, brother?
I know of no man less sick than you. I should be quite satisfied with a constitution no worse than yours. One great whose body is sound should not die from medicine they made to swallow.
But let us reason together, brother. Don't you believe it all in medicine?
No, and I do not see that as necessary for our salvation to believe in this.
But you must admit to this, that doctors know more than others.
All the excellencies of offices and pomps, given, magnificent promises, but no results.
Still, in case of illness, everyone must have recourse to a doctor.
All the Dr. Connor, heard your pleadings, higher, left, and hesitates enough. But what harm you done? It's with the very best they will send you into the next world.
What else can be done when one is ill, brother?
Nothing. No. Nothing. Only rest. Nature, when we leave her free, will herself gently recover from the disorder which is following her.
So you think you know more than all the great doctors of our age?
Let's change subject.
inclination to your daughter, since it's for all your life, and the whole happiness of married life depends on it.
Good day, Monsieur Argyle.
Ah, good day. Brother, with your leave.
What are you going to do?
To take a little enema. It will soon be done.
Nothing one more. Enemas? Pills? What else?
What right have you to interfere? How dare you oppose yourself to the prescriptions of the doctors?
How dare you prevent the gentleman from taking our Emma?
Sure! Go take it yourself! Go away! Go!
I will go and tell Dr. Bishop that I've been prevented from executing his orders, and that we've been stopped at the performance of our duty. You'll see.
Don't be sorry.
Out!
Oh, brother, you'll be the cause of some misfortune that befalls me.
Her misfortune not taking Emma prescribed by Dr. John. No. You must cure this doctor's disease.
You will drive me to despair. I should like you to have my illness, and then we should see if you would prey on as you do. Oh dear. Here's Dr. Prashant.
I have just heard nice news from Mr. Clark. You lost my prescription and refused to take the remedy which I ordered.
Sir, it is not.
What is the strange multiplication against his doctrine?
It is frightful.
Sir, it is
And
not.
I have had the pleasure of composing myself.
My brother.
And which was to work a marvelous effect on the intestine.
He is the cause.
It is a fearful outrage against medicine.
Oh, my brother.
I declare to you that I will no longer have you for a patient and to endorse those. Here, the deed of gift I make I in favor of his marriage with your daughter.
Oh, it is my brother who has done all the mischief.
Describe our Emma.
Better be brought. I will take it directly.
Very short time.
Where was that humor?
Alas.
And it wanted only a dozen more verses to cleanse it entirely.
Oh, my brother.
Since you have forsaken the obedience you go through.
No,
I tell you that I give you up to your bad constitution, to the entanglement of your intestines, to the vigilance of your humors, the acrimony of your mind, the corruption of your blood, and before 4 days you will be in an incurable state.
Oh, mercy on me.
You have fallen to brain hepsia.
Doctors, please.
Your brain, Capsia. No dyspepsia.
Doctor.
From dyspepsia to dysentery.
Please.
From dysentery to
Doctor.
protein, and from protein to deprivation of your life into which your blood will bring you. Good day. And here's my bill.
And here's my bill. And here's my And here's my bill.
Oh, brother, you have undone me.
Why? What does it matter?
I am undone. I can already feel my intestines avenging themselves.
You're crazy. Recover yourself. And do not give way so much to your imagination.
They say that in 4 days I'll be in an incurable state.
They say? Isn't it oral that's spoken? Dear you, the doctors hold their hand in the thread of your life, and that they, the supreme authority, prolong it or cut it short at their will. Remember, the springs of your life are yourself, and all the wrath of the doctors can do as little towards making you die, as their remedies can do towards making you live. This is an opportunity you ought to take of getting rid of your doctors. And if you are so confident that you cannot do without them, it is easy, brother, to have a different doctor with whom you run less risk.
Oh, but brother, these doctors already know my constitution and the best way to treat me.
There are some other doctors here, sir, desire to see you.
What doctors?
Doctors of medicine.
You are served according to your wish. Some doctors leave you, others come to replace them.
Good day, sir. Allow, sir, to come and pay our respects. We may offer you small services for all the bleeding hurt required.
I am much obliged to you.
You will not take amiss, I hope, the curiosity we feel to see such an illustrious patient, with a reputation which reaches the farthest ends of the world.
I see, sir, that you're looking nervously at me. What age do you think I am?
26 or 27 at the utmost.
I'm 90 years old.
90 years old?
Yes, this is what the secrets of my art have done for me, to preserve me fresh and vigorous, as you see.
I am, upon my word, a fine youthful old fellow of 90.
We are terrible. We go from town to town, province to province, kingdom to kingdom, to seek out patients worthy of art.
We disdain to amuse ourselves with the small rubbish of common disease, with the trifles of rheumatism, coughs,
Fevers,
Fingers and headaches.
poo-poo. We require diseases of importance, such as good non-intermittent use with delirium,
Good scarlet fevers.
good plagues.
good pleurisy with inflammation of the lungs. These are what we are, but we try it, and I wish you so good. All these diseases combined, and then you would have given up, despaired by all doctrine, at the point of death, so that we may have the pleasure of showing you the excellence of our arts.
I am very obliged to you for all the kind intentions you have towards me.
Let me put this. Come, be quickly now. I'm assuming you be sure. Well, it's close travel. I see you don't know me yet. Who's your doctor?
Dr. Bruchon.
He's not known in my books among the great doctors. What does he say you are ill?
Well, he says it is the liver, but others say it's the spleen.
Well, they are ignorant blackness. You are suffering from the lungs.
The lungs?
Where do you feel ill in?
Well, from time to time, great pains in my head.
Just so, the lungs.
And also, sometimes I feel as if there were a mist before my eyes.
The lungs.
And at times also great weariness in all my limbs.
The lungs.
And great pains in my stomach as if I had the colic.
The lungs. Do you eat your food with appetite?
Yes, sir.
The lungs. The lungs, I tell you. What does your doctor order you for food?
You're ordering me soup,
Ignorance!
broth,
Ignorance.
and at night a few prunes to relax the bowels.
Ignorance.
And above all, to drink my wine well diluted with water.
Ignorantus, ignorantia, ignorantum. You must drink your wine pure and to thicken your blood, which is two things. You must eat good fat beef, good fat pork, good Dutch cheese to make all here.
And to lose weight.
Your doctor is an idiot.
What's bizarre?
What?
If I were you, I would cut it off on the spot.
Why?
Well, can't you see? It attracts all the nourishment to itself, and then it's this side will grow.
That may be, but I have need of my own.
You also have a right eye that I would like out if I were in your place.
Why?
Don't you see that it interferes with the other? It robs it of its nourishment? Believe me, have it plucked out as soon as possible. If you see all clear with the left eye,
Well, there is no need to hurry.
Yes, we must hurry. We must assist at a grand consultation, which is to take place about the man who died yesterday.
A man who died yesterday?
Yes, so that we may consider and see what ought to have been done to cure him. Goodbye.
yes, he would have died today if we had been there yesterday. Good day, sir.
Upon my word, those doctors seem to be very clever.
To cut off my arm and pluck out my eye so that the other may be better? A fine operation indeed, to make me at once one-eyed and one-armed?
Just imagine. And one at 90 years of age. Now I say, brother, since you have favor with Dr. Perjean, won't you give me leave to speak of the map which is proposed to my niece?
No, no. She will be a nun, since she has rebelled against me. And I know something of a secret interview, which they don't expect me to know anything about.
And what if the worst of falling in love, brother? Where would the harm be? Would it be so criminal? Would it all depend what is honorable to marry?
No, no. She will be a nun. I have made up my mind.
You intend to please somebody by so doing.
I see what you mean. You always come back to my wife.
Well, yes, but since I must be out, it is your wife I mean.
Ah, sir! Don't talk so of mistress. She is a person against whom nothing ought to be said.
A woman without to see, who loves master, who loves him. I can't express how much.
Just ask them how much care she takes of me.
Quite right.
Will you let me convince you, and to show you at once how my mistress loves my master? Sir, allow me to undeceive him, and to show him his mistake. How? My mistress will soon come back, strip herself full length in this armchair, and pretend to be dead. You will see what grief she'll be when I tell her the news.
Very well, I consent.
Yes, but don't leave her too long in despair, for she might die in it.
Trust me to that.
Hide yourself in that corner. I'll watch.
It just occurs to me, is there any danger in counterfeiting death?
No, no! What danger can there be? Only strip yourself there. It will be so pleasant to put your brother to.
Here's my mistress.
Mind you, keep still. What a strange accident! What is the matter, Toinette? Oh! What ails you? Your husband is dead. My husband is dead? Alas, yes. The poor soul is gone. Are you quite certain? Quite certain. Nobody knows of it yet. I was all over here when it happened. He has just breathed his last. Just look at him.
Heavens be praised!
I'm delivered from such a grievous burden. How silly of you, Toinette, to be so afflicted by his death. Oh, Belle, I come out to cry. Pooh, it is not worth the trouble. What loss is it to anyone, and what good did he do in this world? A wretch, unpleasant to everyone, with nauseous, dirty habits, always an abnormal dose of physic in his body, always sniveling, coughing, spitting, a stupid, tedious, ill-natured fellow who was forever scolding night and day his maids and servants. An excellent funeral origin. Toinette, you must help me to carry out my design, and you may depend upon it that I will make it worth your while to serve me. Since, by good luck, no one knows of his death, we must keep it a secret until I have done what I want. There are some papers and money I must possess myself of. It is not right that I have passed the best years of my life with him without some kind of advantage. Come along, let's take a key out of his pockets.
Something? Ah, my dear wife, is it thus that you love me?
The dead man is not dead.
I am very glad to see how you love me, and to have heard the noble panegyric you have made upon me. This is a warning which will make me wise for the future. I have not filed that new will with the courts yet. Well, brother, you see.
Now, really, I could have never believed such a thing.
Angelique is coming.
Sir, place yourself as you were just now, and let us see how she receives the news. What ails you, Toinette? And why do you cry? Alas, I have such sad news for you. What is it? Your father is dead. My father is dead, Toinette? Yes, just look at him. He died only a moment ago of a fainting fit that came over him. Oh, what a misfortune, what a cruel grief. Alas, the one that died was my father, the only parent left me in the world. And why should I lose him too? And tell me who's angry with me.
Lay on here.
Sir, I am here to offer my deepest apologies for my manner of acting whenever I first met you. After due reflection, I have... What is the matter, dear Angelique? The misfortune is making you weep.
Alas, I wait for the death
respect and entreaties, to incline his heart to grant you to my wishes.
Oh, Cleon, let us speak no more of this. Let's give up all hope of marriage. Now that my father is dead, I will have nothing to do with the world. We will announce it forever. Yes, Father, if I visited your will, at least I will follow under your attention. And will by nothing amends for the sorrow I've caused you. Let me, Father, make you this promise here, and kiss your hands as a proof of my repentance.
Oh, come. Do not be afraid. I am not dead. I'm delighted to have discovered your good heart.
Oh, what a delightful surprise. Father, since heaven is taking you back to us, let me here throw myself at your feet to implore one favor of you. If you do not approve what my heart feels, if you refuse to give me Cleon for her husband, at least I can assure you not to force me to marry another. It is all I have to ask of you.
Ah, sir, allow your heart to be touched by her entreaties in my mind. And please do not oppose our mutual love.
Rob, how can you resist all this?
Well, let me become a doctor, and I will consent. Yes, sir. Turn doctor, and I will give you my daughter.
Very willingly, sir. If that is all that it takes to become your son-in-law, I will turn doctor. Apothecary also, if you like. It is not such a difficult thing after all, and besides, I would do so much more to obtain from you the fair thing.
But, it just strikes me. Why don't you turn doctor yourself? It would be much more convenient to have all you require within yourself.
Quite true. That is the very way to cure yourself. There is no disease long enough to dare to ask a person of a doctor.
But you are laughing at me. Can I study at my age?
Study? What need is there? You are clever enough already, and there are a great many doctors who are a bit more clever than you are.
But one must know how to speak Latin, and the different diseases, and how to cure them.
Father, you are already an expert on every disease and every remedy.
When you put on the cap and gown of doctor, all the rest will come of itself.
What? We'll know how to discourse on diseases when we have gowns?
Yes, you only know for the cap and gown. Any stuff you say becomes murder. It's all rubbish. It sounds like two sins.
And here's a beer for Pop, for beer to have doctor.
Here are robes to the doctor's wear.
And certificates.
Now I'm ready for everything.
Even for marrying me, Dr. Clown.
Yes, I think I'm ready too. And my daughter shall marry a doctor, after all.
I'm sure your help will be better than ever.
present our younger grades play director, Mrs. Boucher, with a gift of flowers. Not least, our own director, Mrs. Pelster. Overall healthy person, and most importantly, doctor, our God. We have in here pills, 25 words of kindness. Take them one at a time or all at once, we really don't care. And here are flowers. The master of this house, I would also like to give a few announcements. First of all, we have a basket in the back for donations with the church. They've kept the lights on for us. They've let us use the venue. So please show some love, show some gratitude, and we'd like to thank the church. Also, could I invite Father Maury to come up here as priest in attendance, or as one of our priests in attendance, to bless the food. We're going to prepare the space, bring some of the tables forward, so please assist in that and arranging the chairs around them. That'll be enough. I think the cats need to get up.